Almost 100 Baltimore County families whose homes were exposed to a month-long gasoline leak will receive more than $150 million in damages. About 90 families in Jacksonville took on Exxon Mobil Corporation. In 2006, a leaking pipe at a nearby Exxon station poured 26,000 gallons of gasoline into the ground and local wells. The families say they were exposed to dangerous toxins, and the contamination also devalued the price of their homes. They allege Exxon knowingly used faulty leak detectors and filed a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against the company. Now, the jury did not find Exxon guilty of fraud, but did award the families money for the lost value of their homes, future medical expenses, and emotional distress. Defense attorney Steve Allen joins us this morning with a closer look at this verdict. This has been a long time coming. We've been following the story for a long time. Who's the winner here?
Well, good morning, Patrice. You know, this is one of those cases where everyone's a bit unhappy. The plaintiffs are unhappy because they didn't get punitive damages, which could have led to hundreds of millions of additional dollars. And they're also unhappy because they think they should have gotten more money for emotional distress. Exxon, of course, is thrilled that there was no finding of fraud, and there won't be any punitive damages, that it was found they did nothing intentional. But they're upset because they feel that the homes were discounted too steeply. Probably should have been a 25 or 50% discount on value from their perspective. And they also feel there was too much money given for emotional damages. This is one of those cases where the jury sat down and said, let's do what we think is right to make people whole.
How can Exxon be upset if they have, from the beginning, accepted responsibility for the gas that leaked into the ground, and these people just said, you know what, you've exposed us to this, now we need something to compensate for that?
Well, Exxon's view would be that they've spent $38 million in remediation out at the site. And their view would also be that while it's a serious event, it's not nearly as serious as the plaintiffs made it out to be. And that they feel that just too much money is going out in a situation where they think no one was really that seriously damaged.
Well, isn't that always what you expect to hear from the person that's on the hook to have to pay out the money if they're found guilty?
Plaintiff is never happy with regard to how much they got. The defendant always feels they're paying too much.
Okay, is Exxon likely to appeal this decision, you think?
I would expect that we'll see a motion for new trial within 10 days, which will likely be denied. And then I would expect an appeal from Exxon. Could go another year or two before this thing is ultimately resolved.
When could these people see the money that has been awarded to them?
Well, if there's no appeal, they might see it in a couple of months, but more likely, probably 18 months to 2 years.
All right, we'll continue to follow it. Steve, thank you so much as always. Well, still ahead, no curtain call for the Baltimore Opera. Find out when the historic company will close its doors. And next, some of the country's top economists are not so happy with the president's efforts to repair the struggling economy. Chris Wallace, host of Fox News Sunday, joins us live to talk about the issue. 7:23 is the time. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning.